First time Bren's ever been able to buy a latte for me.
Whey.
I've just got to work, challenge repeat, I'm gonna go for my coffee again. I'm actually gonna get my breakfast with it today, get like a muffin or a croissant or something. And because of that, I've already got thoughts in my head of like, well, you shouldn't have the syrup in your coffee then, like your croissant will already be sweet, you don't need extra sugar. Or like maybe you should have skimmed milk again. And this is how I fall back into like old habits again or old eating disorder rules, because the thoughts are like, they're so automatic. I don't feel like I choose them, and they also feel so real and like so tempting. It is literally like my brain is wired around believing choosing the lower calorie option is good, avoiding calories, good, choosing the higher calorie option, bad, having unnecessary calories like syrup in your coffee, bad. And yeah, I don't choose these thoughts, like they're just there automatically and so believably. And then if I go against these thoughts, it feels really horrible. So my psychologist gets me to do this, and it actually is so helpful to like step back from the situation and not just think like, what feels good now? Like, what are my automatic thoughts telling me now, and what's tempting, what would be a quick relief? Yeah, all about like, how can I feel better today? But no, big picture, like if I look for quick relief today, like tomorrow I'll be doing the same, and then in a week I'll be doing the same. And then in a year, I'm stuck in my eating disorder, all because I didn't want to feel frustrated or guilty today. So yeah, break the cycle, feel shit and do it anyway. It won't last forever, but my eating disorder will. Does anyone else give themselves these little like pep talks before they're going to do something? Right, opposite actions, breakfast and a proper coffee, straight from the menu. Right, challenge repeat. I've just got to work and I'm going to go for a latte and an almond croissant again for breakfast. I'm a bit rushed this morning. I've got a meeting in about half an hour, and it's like, kind of creates more anxiety for me, because then I'm like, oh, you don't have time to enjoy it, it's going to be too rushed, it's going to stress you out, which is really annoying because I don't want food to be like this big all-encompassing thing that happens in my day. Like, food doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be the biggest focus of my day. Eat, drink, move on. Ugh, so annoying. It's been helping me a lot recently to think, live the life I ultimately want to live, even if I don't want to live it right this minute. It's like that split head Meg of like the me that wants to quickly grab a coffee and a croissant and then nip up to work, but then the me that actually has to do it and then I don't want to do it. So yeah, I'm trying to make sure like my actions in the now are aligned to what I ultimately want to do and what I ultimately value, and not what is a quick relief right now. Which is kind of like that saying I shared ages ago of don't give up on what you want the most for what you want in the moment. Because yes, I'd feel better today, but like ultimately it's not aligned to who I want to be or what I want to be able to do or like what I value in life. Anyway, I'm gonna go before I really don't have time.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid.
I've just got to work and challenge repeat. I'm gonna have my breakfast with my coffee again this morning. I'm still finding it a bit hard because, well, I don't even think it is more calories than it would be if I had like my breakfast at home and then my coffee at work. But for some reason, like having it all together at once, like so many calories in one sitting, that's the like stumbling block in my head and the weird rule I seem to have. Like my head just loves a rule. I've actually got an apple and a cereal bar in my bag, which I'm gonna have for a snack. And all the way to work, I kept thinking like, just have it now instead. I don't know, like I just get this thought, it's just automatic, it's not like I choose it, and then it feels really tempting and like really believable and real. And yeah, it just feels like a good idea, like, oh yeah, that'll be less calories overall, which is good. It'll be less calories in one sitting, which is good. Like, I don't even feel like I choose it, like it's just there. So I'm trying to think like what my psychologist would say to me here. I think she'd say like, it's just a thought. Just because I think it doesn't mean it's real. It doesn't make it the reality. It doesn't mean I would think it for somebody else or that it's what I ultimately want to think in my life. And if I give in to that thought now, like I'll be strengthening that thought and strengthening the belief that less calories is good, or I shouldn't buy breakfast and a coffee at once, blah, blah, blah. I need to go against these thoughts to give my brain a chance to rewire and not keep strengthening that automatic eating disorder, which I still freaking get in my brain. Like honestly, I'm 18 months or something now into recovery, and obviously a healthy weight, generally doing well, like I can eat most things, but I still have these random rules and beliefs that pop up that I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, that's what I should do, or even that's a bad idea, if you do that you'll feel like shit. Ugh. So feel shit and do it anyway, I guess.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home.
That actually wasn't too bad. Getting the lift, no compensating. I've just finished work for the day, about to drive home. It is actually the start of a week-long public holiday for us in Dubai, which is so nice. It's the end of Ramadan, so it's the Eid holiday, and I'm gonna go home with Brendan and visit my grandma and my dad. So I'm actually pre-recording this right now. You know, that coffee and croissant actually wasn't that bad this morning. Like, sometimes I get a lot more worked up about it in my head, and then when I do it, I don't know, I wasn't so anxious. I was kind of like, oh, that's fine. Which is good. Like, maybe it is starting to get easier, and hopefully I'm rewiring my thoughts around it a bit. It's definitely like what I want to be able to do in life, like grab a croissant and a coffee. It's just weird because what I want to do and then what I come to do feel like two different things sometimes, and like I can know I want to be able to do it in the future, but then when I come to do it today I'm like, fuck that. Also, something that can be hard is that like not compensating after a challenge. So like I still had my cereal bar and my apple for a snack, which was a bit hard because in my head I'd had those thoughts of like, oh, you should have those for breakfast. So then even when I was having my snack, I was thinking like, oh, this is extra calories, you don't need to be having this, you should make up for your breakfast now, blah blah blah. But I guess again, like that is just a thought, that's not reality, it's not what I think other people should do. Like, I don't think Brendan should have a coffee and a croissant in the morning and then miss calories later in the day to balance his intake out. No, bullshit. Breakfast, the snack's a snack. Like, yeah, bodies aren't calculators or clocks or robots or anything. Like, yeah, food's just food. I don't need to control it and balance it all out. So like, I'm trying to just think like, okay, that is just a thought. Just because I have that thought doesn't mean I need to act on it. And if I do act on it, I'm just strengthening that belief, and then I'll always have to do it. So like with compensating around a challenge, like it kind of just negates your challenge, and you're not really properly challenging things because you'll never think like, okay, it's just fine for me to have a croissant and a coffee. I'll always think like, okay, I can have a croissant and a coffee, but only if I miss something else out to make up for it. When you compensate, it's not really properly challenging your fear. It's kind of still using a bit of the eating disorder to make yourself feel a bit better. It's still trying to like control your food and control your anxiety as well through the eating disorder, and not just like wait for anxiety to pass on its own, but being like, oh my god, this is too uncomfortable, I feel so bad, I have to fix it with anorexia. So anyway, I'm waffling and getting boiling hot, but I guess challenge, repeat, don't compensate, feel shit and do it anyway. Like, yeah, that's what I've been doing with these breakfast challenges. And it is starting to get easier. And now I'm gonna go home, go and get my nails done with my friend tonight. Friend's got a, what is it, granola?
Flapjack.
Flapjack. I've got a croissant cupcake with Nutella and a latte. I'm pretty anxious, which is ridiculous. I think it's just like a new setting. I've got myself worked up. Okay, let's eat. Just had to get on the train.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town,